Japanese would have to be one of my favorite cuisines. So tonight I'm going to show you how to make a fantastic tempura batter. We're going to use some albacore tuna and some gorgeous tiger prawns. Now before we prepare the batter, we want to get all of our ingredients ready. So we're going to slice up our tuna. We will de-peel and de-vein our prawns. If we leave the heads on, they will look quite fancy when they're cooked. And then we've got the vegetables as well. Now we want to have nice and even slices of our tuna. So we're going to cut approximately 1 to 2 centimetre width, and this way it's going to ensure that it's going to cook evenly. And moving on to the prawns. I'm just going to start by cracking the underneath, just between the legs, and then just carefully peel off around the base of the head. Push your thumb down. And then when we get to the tail, we just want to poke in there so that we get that lovely flesh that's inside as well, and pull it out. So the vegetables to accompany this dish, I've gone with sweet potato, zucchini and eggplant. The sweet potato I have peeled and then cut into circles, and they're about 1 centimetre wide. The sweet potato will take a little longer to cook than our zucchini, so I have cut that a little bit thicker. Now with our eggplant, I'm going to cut these into fingers. So we're going to top and tail, and I'll cut it in half, and I might go in half again just so it's going to be easier to manoeuvre, and into finger size pieces, and that's what we're after with our eggplant. Now the key to making the perfect tempura batter is how cold we can get our mix. So I'm going to place the water onto an ice bath here. This is going to ensure minimum temperature for us for ultimate crispiness at the end. So to our water, I'm going to crack an egg and mix this in. Now we want to be careful not to over mix, and that's every step here. So we just want that egg just mixed in there. And now I'm going to add some plain flour. Now if we over mix, it's going to become real glutinous, and then the batter's not going to be light and airy. You can have a few lumps of flour, that is okay. So just take your time here. Just adding it in stages so that we're not too much on our hands. Okay, you can see that it's starting to thicken up now. Generally speaking, it is a lighter batter, so it's not heavy like a beer batter. I'm going to leave that there, and that's going to bring the temperature down. So while our batter is cooling, you can pop this in the fridge if you haven't got ice. We're going to coat all of our ingredients in corn flour or cornstarch. Now this is what's going to help our batter stick. So we don't need to worry too much about coverage, because it is just like a sticking tool. And same with our veg. Now in this wok, I'm using canola oil. You could easily use rice bran oil or vegetable, something that has a nice high boiling temperature. The ideal temp is going to be 180 degrees. We're going to start with our vegetables, just keeping in mind that our sweet potato will take a slightly longer to cook. Place them in our batter, make sure they're coated, shake off the excess, and we're going to pop these into our wok. So we're going to give these 1 to 2 minutes to cook, and they'll start to change colour when they're ready. You will turn them halfway through. We're going to remove our veggies. We're going to place them on a wire rack. And I've got some kitchen towel underneath just to absorb any oil that will drip off. It's important that we use a wire rack and we don't put them directly on the paper. This is going to keep them beautiful and crispy, and it will prevent them from going soggy. So now we get to do the same thing with our fish. Now we want to be careful not to overcook the tuna. So this has been in for 30 seconds, and we're just going to flip it over. Another 20 to 30 seconds and we'll pull this off. And last but not least, our prawns. Now the prawns we give a little bit longer, so they'll take 2 minutes. So we'll turn them after the 1 minute mark. And here we have our fabulous tempura plate. Our gorgeous prawns, our crispy tuna, the vegetables. What a fantastic meal. Serving these with some mirin dipping sauce and some matcha salt. Enjoy.